Welcome to Sweet Adeline's International Zoom Chats. Today we're going to have a blast talking to a very dear friend from Tennessee, and she is Jen Cooke, as you know, and she creates learning tracks, which so many of you sing along with. They're beautiful. She also started as soon as the shutdown began, putting tags and rounds on her YouTube channel, which choruses have been using all over the world. So more of you have gotten to sing along with Jen. She's the director of the Scenic City Chorus in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and she is a singer in Song of Atlanta. She's also in two quartets, Presto with Sweet Adelines, and Swing Theory, which are members of Harmony Incorporated and the Barbershop Harmony Society. And I don't know, maybe I don't, let's see what else is she doing. So she is on the membership incentive task force through Sweet Adelines. She's the membership coordinator for Region 14 and on the regional faculty for Region 4. So Jen, what are you doing in your spare time?
Oh, just hanging out.
Oh, yeah. So you must be like, and so we really appreciate that we've all had so much of a chance to get to sing along with you throughout this period of time where we've all been at home. It's really great. But today we're going to focus on a program that you have going in your chorus. And you told me it's called Bubbs, and it has to do with team building. So I can't wait to learn about it. So let's hear about Bubbs.
So I have to say I love my Bubbs team in Scenic City. And Bubbs actually stands for Building Unity Beyond Sound.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, it's wonderful. And the team started before we were ever in quarantine. I have some wonderful members in my chorus. Vicky Petsko started it for us, and she just said, we have a healthy chorus culture, but we also need to have tools for when we have struggles, or we should have those tools already in our belt so that we don't have to be reactive, we can be proactive. So she just started doing wonderful team building with us, starting with our mission and vision. We've done personality tests, we've done all sorts of just wonderful stuff. But she's been especially helpful, and I say she, it's been the entire team. She's been our team leader while we've been working on our virtual rehearsals. As we all know, as directors, to help keep our members engaged. And it's difficult as members to be engaged. It's just not the same as singing in the same room, and we know that. So we've been trying to find ways for our members to stay engaged and make it really manageable, because even beyond just the fact that we're doing virtual rehearsals, there are many other things that are happening in our members' lives outside of Sweet Adelines that are causing stress and making people feel overwhelmed.
And I mean, Zoom fatigue is real.
It's so real.
For the people that are working from home and Zooming all day long, and then we're asking them to Zoom in the evening when they've been doing it all day. And there's been all kinds of brain studies about how intense this is for the human brain to be trying to do work and interact this way, and when you have to do it all day long. So certainly the subject of trying to stay engaged for the director and the members is so important for all of us right now. So what kind of things does the Bubbs team do for you now that you're virtual?
So we've gone back and looked at our mission vision again, and excuse me. So we've gone back and looked at our mission and vision again, and I want to encourage choruses, if you already have a mission vision, this is a really good time to look at your mission and vision again. Sure. Not only just because we're in very different circumstances, but also to give your chorus a sense of purpose and identity that goes through the situations in, where we are right now.
Right.
So I kind of call it, thriving versus surviving. We can all survive through this, but if we want to really thrive through this, we need to kind of reimagine where our chorus is right now. Right. So that, first of all, is important. Okay. And then what our Bubbs team did, took our mission statement, and things that are involved in our mission statement are musical excellence, of course, personal growth, education, service, performance. All of those things are involved in our mission statement. Okay. So the Bubbs team took the mission statement and broke it down into those little chunks. Like, this chunk is just engagement. This is just education. This is just musical excellence.
Okay.
And said to our members, you can't be all of these things right now.
No.
And if you try, you're going to, burn yourself out.
Right.
Can you pick one thing from the mission statement and concentrate on that? So if it's musical excellence, maybe you can get online PVIs outside of chorus. Maybe if you haven't had time to really work on music when we were together, this is the time where you can really, or you can really work on your music, you can work on your vocal skills. If it's personal growth, maybe finding other ways that you can learn, knowing what your learning styles are.
Yeah.
Figuring out how you connect best. And then, of course, education. We're thankful. There are many silver linings to where we are right now. And one of those silver linings is definitely access to online education. So finding those online education courses that work for you, learning more about music theory, learning how to sight read. You can do so many things right now. So,
and our weekly rehearsals, we can sometimes get little pieces of that in when we can offer education, but it's a very different pacing than being able to do it on your own. And I think if we can sort of capture that motivation, we are going to come out of all of this separation as stronger musicians.
Absolutely. That's the thing. We want to think about, what do we want to be on the other side of this?
Yeah.
and
also that plays a little bit into your role as a membership coordinator for the region, because I would imagine you're encouraging choruses to continue thinking of themselves as being able to do membership recruitment right now.
Yes. And if we're solely focusing on membership retention, which is understandable because we're trying to make sure our members can stay in, but if that's our sole focus, I feel like we're missing a lot of opportunities that are out there right now.
So after the Bubbs team broke it into small chunks, did you do exercises together, or how have you involved the members other than having them choose the area they wanted to focus on?
So we have used breakout rooms before so that people can talk about where they're focusing and what kind of concrete things that they're going to do to make those things happen. And we're kind of in the midst of it, so we're working through some of those things now. Every week during my rehearsal, I have a 10-minute slot that is either music education or Bubbs education. We alternate. Okay. And so during the Bubbs education time, they have PowerPoints, they have inspirational videos, they talk about the connection with that mission and vision. And then as a music team and leadership team, we try to create more opportunities for our members to be engaged through the mission vision.
Are there tools out there to help a chorus write a mission and vision statement if they don't know how to do that or don't have one?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I have one which I am always willing to share. It's classes I teach, so I'm happy to share that PowerPoint. But really, truly, you can even Google how to write a mission statement, and you can find. And again, I want to really encourage your chorus, if you don't have that, it creates such a sense of identity that not only affects the members that are in your chorus, but actually affects the guests coming in who can connect with who you are and where you're headed.
And the other thing is, if you have one, this is a great time to revamp it.
Yes.
Or update it, or whatever word you want to use. This is a great time to look at it through a different lens, because we are looking at our attachment to our chorus a little bit differently right now. So that's a great suggestion.
Absolutely. And
so what I'm hearing is that we should really get the people together that are passionate about this stuff, and this is for any size chorus, any level chorus, and create some really intentional things right now that help us look at our chorus culture.
Absolutely. And members, I think it's very important too that as your chorus goes through this, that you are very actively engaged in thinking about, what can I do? How can I be involved? It doesn't have to be huge, but every little bit of involvement and engagement makes a huge difference for your chorus.
Because I'm afraid our directors are really feeling the pressure. I know you're doing bi-monthly director connection get-togethers, and
Yes.
you can have your director attend those. Certainly contact Jen, and you can connect with other directors. But they're feeling the pressure, aren't they, Jen?
Absolutely. Directors take a lot on themselves anyway, and uh, making sure that our members feel engaged and involved. Many of the directors are taking that solely upon themselves to make that happen.
Right, and you know, teaching is so interactive, and
Yes.
the whole world is trying to figure out this pattern right now. But many of the jobs that a director does during a rehearsal are not applicable. And it's like we've taken away the tools that they've used week after week after week. Number one, just waving their arms. They can wave their arms, but we're not going to be together with them.
Right.
And so I feel for directors right now, because the best rehearsals are very organic, and you react to
Yes.
what's going on in the room and change your pace and change your direction based on a plan that you made, but then something else catches your ear, and there's
You can
something
go
else you
and
want to fix in the music, and all of those organic things that happen in a rehearsal that really make them very engaging and enticing can't happen. And so I'm glad they're sharing with each other in your forum and
yes.
able to connect.
Because of that, you know, that screen that's in between us, it's very easy for directors. Well, I will say personally, as a director, I have planning for a Zoom rehearsal is extensive. And then the actual engagement, I'm exhilarated after every rehearsal and also completely exhausted. And I think every director's feeling that.
How
Yeah.
many directors have you had in your meetings?
So on the email list, we have about 180, and we do two meetings per weekend so that we can catch all the time zones.
Right.
So usually per meeting, it's about 40 or so.
That's
Um,
fantastic. And they're
it
really
is-
sharing with each other?
Yes, totally. We go into breakout rooms, we share, and we're very honest about, we're going to share the things that aren't working and what things with which we're struggling, but also the exchange of ideas and the generosity of our directors in sharing everything is pretty amazing. It's one of the best communities I think I've ever been involved with. So
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing those tips with us, and
my
also
pleasure.
for connecting our directors through that forum. And we really appreciate you Zoom chatting with us today. We hope to get to talk with you again soon.
Me too. I loved it. Thank you so
Take care.
much.